This is my first full-length video. How to improve and post your art from a small creator for small creators or whatever. Point 1. Draw. No, this is not a joke. I know everyone says this because it's true. You have to practice drawing and get out of your comfort zone to get better. I used to not be able to draw hands, and I still can't draw good hands in Procreate. However, it helps to break them down into basic shapes, like boxes and semicircles. I used to not be able to draw a mouse, but I got better by using references and drawing them constantly. Which leads me into my next point. Point 2. Use references. Don't trace them perfectly because you learn less that way. At least in my case. Instead, keep your reference photo pulled up and look at it from time to time, and draw as close to that as you can. Try to get a grasp of the basic shapes that make up your subject and then the details. A torso can be broken down into a bunch of box-like shapes with rounded edges. A hand can be broken down to mainly boxes, and that can be simplified even further by having one big box with 5 lines with small boxes at the ends. Point 3. Don't compare yourself to other people. So, I know that seeing other great artists who seem to do it effortlessly can be disheartening, but don't be. They likely took years perfecting their craft and finding an art style that fits them. Thick lines, small lines, bright colors, dark colors, etc. I remember this one girl when I was in around 5th or 8th or 4th grade. She had amazing art. Her past drawings were better than my current drawings. However, I don't care. She was drawing for a much longer time than me, and so she was naturally better. This is to say that there will always be someone better than you, so don't beat yourself up over not being the best, especially if you're just starting out. Point 4. Don't focus on the fundamentals, at least in my case. I know this is counterintuitive, but whenever I tried to understand them, my brain just couldn't learn them or don't learn them. Whatever, it's different for every person. However, I use them but don't have a good understanding of them, if that makes sense. I use lines, colors, anatomy, and form often, but I don't understand any of those concepts in the context of art fundamentals. And point 5, don't worry about your reach. This also ties in with not comparing yourself to others, but I myself still struggle with this one. So listen, I have a low amount of views on my videos. I know this, and you can look and check. Most most videos have less than 100 views. I mean, most shorts have less than 100 views, and most videos have no views. You can look and check it and see that this is true. However, I know I shouldn't be this concerned. At the end of the day, the numbers will go up or they won't go up. It's important to remember that big creators also started out as small creators, and that they didn't grow their massive following overnight. And that's it. I've been drawing for around 2 to 3-ish years, and my art still isn't as good as I wish it'd be. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed.